If you're having a bad FPL season or you just want some more of the action, FanTeam are hosting a second chance tournament. In this video I'll be revealing the team that I'll be entering into the tournament, and I'll be giving you some tips for a better chance of winning that life-changing money. They're giving away a generous £100,000 in the prize pool, with £20,000 going to first place. And even if you don't win the tournament, the top 4,000 places are paid out in cash. And the best part is the fact that there's no risk, it's free to enter. You do have to be 18 though, because there is money involved, so be gamble aware. For those of you who don't already know who FanTeam are, this might seem too good to be true. I can assure you that they are trustworthy because I've been playing on the website for years and I've even made thousands of profit myself. If you do want to join, make sure you do it now because it starts from game week 22, there's not much time left until the deadline, the link's in the description. We'll start by breaking down a few of the key rules so we can get an edge over our competitors. For those of you who are already familiar with the rules, feel free to skip through the chapters at the bottom of the video. First of all, you only need to pick 11 players instead of 15. You don't need to pick a bench, instead you get the safety net feature, which I believe is more fun, and I'll explain that. It means that if your player doesn't start, you'll get another player replacing them from the same team and same position that's either the same price or cheaper. It goes in order of which player is the next cheapest, so for example if you own Salah and he doesn't start, you get Mane. If Salah and Mane don't start, you get Jota. Be very cautious of this when you're picking your team. It puts players like Antonio at high risk because there's no safety net to fall back on. On the other hand, it makes City midfielders more appealing because there's no pep roulette, you'll always get a player that starts. Just like FPL, you get a free transfer every game week. Usually there's a stacking limit of 2, in this tournament there's no stacking limit at all. This means you've got the option to keep rolling your transfers, and if you save plenty of them you can practically wildcard, or you can still play aggressive and play them whenever you get them as well. Plus we're given a wildcard so we can bail ourselves out of trouble whenever we like from game week 23 onwards. One strategy I thought of is that you could pick a team for double game week 22 so it's like a free hit, and then wildcard in game week 23, rack up your transfers and then use them whenever you need them. I'm entering a few teams into the tournament so I'll be applying that to one of my teams. If you want 2 bites at the cherry yourself, then it's only £10 to enter in an additional team. If you want to know any more rules, they can be found on FanTeam's website, or if you want, ask me in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. Okay, so let's proceed with the team reveal. I'll be avoiding Arsenal players because they don't play in game week 25 or game week 27 and they don't have a double in game week 22. I'd advise being cautious with the following teams as well. One of which is Chelsea. They do double in game week 22 but they blank in game week 24 and 25. There are a few players from the Blues where you could go for short term picks and then replace them with Salah when he returns. There are a couple of blanks to be careful of as well, where Brighton blank in game week 24 and Liverpool blank in game week 27. We start the game with an 80 million budget. I spent 79.3, leaving 0.7 in the bank as insurance. I never thought I'd say this, but the first 2 players in my team are De Gea and Maguire. Both of them cost 5.2 mil. I'm happy to double up because there's only 17 game weeks remaining, which means that I'm relying on less outcomes for the clean sheets. A big factor is that they double in game week 22 against Villa and Brentford. Now I am aware that United's defence hasn't been the best this season, but they've got a very nice fixture run until game week 28. I think De Gea will be the most popular goalkeeper. He's good for save points as well, and his safety net if he doesn't start is Dean Henderson. Maguire's the 4th cheapest United defender, which means that the safety net guarantees that you will get a defender from their team and it's the cheapest option into their defence. He's got a nice safety net of Dalot, and if he doesn't start you get the likes of Telles anyway. I've gone for another double up in defence, Cancelo 6.7 mil and Stones 5.7 mil. I get that City play Chelsea in game week 22, but they are sustainable long term picks and the City defence is the most reliable in my opinion. As we know, Cancelo's good for attacking returns, he's 1.2 million less than Trent and his safety net is Diaz. As for Stones, just like Maguire, is the 4th cheapest defender in his team, guaranteeing the cheapest route to the City defence, and his safety net is Kyle Walker. I'm actually going without Alexander-Arnold, he's 7.9 mil. I'm not saying you should avoid him, I think he will be the highest scoring defender, but for that price tag it's going to be difficult to provide that high value for money. I don't want to overload on Liverpool players because I know they've got a blank coming up. You'll see later on in the video I've already gone for a midfielder and I do plan on getting Salah when he returns as well. Laying a bet against him differentiates my team from the rest of the pack, which of course might come back to bite me. My 2 premium players are Ronaldo and Kane, who both cost 11.3 mil. They offer funds back to Salah in game week 24 and they double in game week 22, which they both compete for the captain's armband. Ronaldo also currently sits at the top of the captaincy matrix for game week 23. United's fixtures are nice from an attacking perspective as well as defence, and his safety net is Cavani. Kane offers reliable expected minutes, and in FanTeam you get an additional point for each 90 minutes played. As a side note, that does only apply to midfielders and forwards. The points projections across all of the FPL websites indicate that he's one of the best options until Salah returns, and it really helps his case the fact that he's on set pieces. It is an aggressive pick because he's only got Scarlett as his safety net, but I think it's worth it. My next player is Jota for 7.7 mil. He's bound to get plenty of minutes in the absence of Salah and Mane. He's been playing out of position, providing great value for money, and I think he will continue to do so too. His safety net isn't anyone special either, it's Elliott, but again, I think he's worth it. Next up is Bowen for 6.5 mil, which I believe is a bargain. Even as a midfielder, he's been playing very close to goal, and West Ham have got nice attacking fixtures coming up. His safety net is Fornals. I've not gone with Antonio because I think it's too much of a risk without the safety net there. There is a big upside though if you want to chance it. I went with a Watford forward, which was King for 5.8 mil. The Hornets doubling game week 22. They've got some favourable fixtures coming up against Newcastle, Burnley, then Norwich. King's probably on penalty duties and his underlying stats look promising. Something that really benefits him is the fact that he gets Dennis as his safety net. However, if you buy Dennis, you don't get King as your safety net. Penultimately is Maddison for 6.7 mil. I think that's quite cheap for what he offers. His next few fixtures are looking good. He's got a double in game week 22 against Burnley and Spurs, and Leicester's attackers look appealing, just not the defenders. He takes direct free kicks, indirect free kicks and corners. His safety net is very nice. It's a player of the same price. It's Tielemans. And the last pick is Mason Mount for 7.2 mil. I wanted to take a punt on a double game week player, and he was the best of the rest with the remaining budget. He's a short term pick because I do plan on moving him to Salah ahead of blank game week 24. Kane will probably be part of the double transfer to fund that move. So, if you've not already, sign up via the link in the description. It's a free shot at winning big money, and if you want to see my captain pick, the best captain video will be published on Friday morning. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, be sure to hit that like button if you found the video informative, and best of luck with double game week 22.